Hey, what is up, Lakers fans? I am back. As you know, in the last video, we talked about how much of an impact Dion Waiters could make on the Lakers. In today's video, we're going to be talking about J.R. Smith, the other guy who the Lakers picked up before the season was canceled. Well, not canceled, but postponed for a later date, which we're coming up on right now. But uh, I think J.R. Smith can have quite an impact in this bubble just because he's a veteran and because of his familiarity with LeBron. I think that's key in this whole equation. I think if he was a younger guy like Dion Waiters, who's obviously going to have a pretty large role running that second unit, it looks like, and he's going to be a lot more of an X factor, just playing more minutes and things like that, trying to run the offense. But as we know, J.R. Smith is a bucket getter. He actually shoots catch and shoot threes at a pretty high clip. He's a serviceable defender. Obviously, I already mentioned the familiarity with LeBron. I think all that stuff's big. We've heard positive things coming from practice with Frank Vogel and the staff. So if he can just come in and do the things he was accustomed to doing in Cleveland, I think the Lakers have another guy who can either come off the bench and provide that scoring punch, or even potentially slide in the starting lineup if he's hot in a particular series during this bubble period. And obviously, we can talk about the Hall of Fame blunder that he had in the NBA Finals after LeBron's 51-point performance. We all know about it. That's the reason he probably wasn't signed for so long. And I get that it was a huge mistake. I get it, but something that people really don't talk about enough is if he wouldn't have gotten that rebound, I believe it was right over KD. The ball flew right over KD's head, and for whatever reason, KD's 7-foot self didn't grab the ball, but J.R. Smith did. If he would have never, went up with that type of effort and, sort of slithered in there into the, you know, down in the trenches with the bigs, really in a clutch moment, then he wouldn't have got the board in the first place, and none of this would ever be talked about. But I mean, I get it. I get LeBron's frustration with him, certainly, in that kind of situation, especially after such a great performance. But that's not gonna alter my mind state on this signing and what it means for the Lakers and the potential he has moving forward. I don't think that's going to be a problem moving ahead. I think a mistake that big on this kind of a stage that basically forced him out of the league is going to make him think twice about making that kind of mistake again. So I'm not really particularly worried about it. I'm sure he'll have some meme moments. I think everybody does. That's just a role player. Not everybody's perfect on almost every play, like a LeBron, AD, all these superstars in the league. But I'm not worried about any of that stuff with him. So, like I said, I think J.R. Smith can make an impact on the Lakers. Don't know how big yet. We'll see in these scrimmages how well he can play. We'll see how much Frank Vogel takes a liking to him. We'll see how much LeBron, that chemistry. We'll see how much of it still exists with them. And yeah, I think he'll be a good piece in this bubble period. And thanks for tuning in. Peace out.